Well, welcome, Laura, to the podcast.
Thank you.
Why don't you
Thank
go
you for
first here?
having me. This is like I told you before, this is a dream come true for me.
Yeah, I was floored when you said that because when we walked in, I didn't know who you were walking into this event, and everybody is flocking to you and taking pictures with you. And I actually texted my best friend at the time. I was like, I think I'm with like the South American version of me because everybody's really excited about her. I got to figure out who she is. And then for you to share that you had watched my YouTube videos many, many years ago was a really beautiful moment where I'm like, damn, I'm so impressed with you and like you know who I am. Like, oh wow. So
Yes, you are like an institution in the beauty industry, in the lash industry.
wow. That's great. I like that better than OG. OG makes me feel like I'm old and I've been around because I still feel like there's people I look up to who had been around when I started, and I'm like, now I'm an OG. Huh, I like it.
No.
Awesome. Well, kind of like I said in the pre-interview, my goal is to have you share your journey because the little bit that I've learned about you and kind of the path you've taken, I want to highlight that of what's possible for people. So
Yeah.
first and foremost, let's start with who do you serve? How, like what are your businesses in the beauty industry? Kind of share a little bit more about you.
Okay. I'm Laura Martinez from Mexico. I'm 38 years old, and I'm an owner of Lash brand. The name is Beauty Lash, and I've been here for in this industry for 10 years.
Wow.
So it's a journey, as you said.
So did you start as a lash artist? Did you start with the brand? Did you start with the speaking engagements as an educator? Kind of walk me through where you started.
Oh, long story. I'm gonna share the story from the beginning because I used to be a hairdresser,
Okay.
and then I changed. Uh, I don't know, like when you are in the beauty industry and you are young, you
Yep.
want to, I don't know, like I'm gonna do this because this is I don't know,
You want to do
it's
all the
in the
things.
I don't know, like you are young, you're a little bit stupid.
Yes.
So I was like 20 years. So I was a hairdresser and I had my salon, but I don't know, I think I'm a free soul.
Hmm.
So I thought like I'm going to Spain because I'm gonna take the courses with the best hairdresser on that time. So I went to Spain and I took the courses, the for the hair and everything. And then I made a makeup artist course. But I was like, I don't know, I on that time I was like so confused. Like I don't know how to do this, like you know, big,
Yeah.
because when I was young, and I decided to be a hairdresser or be someone in the beauty industry, I promised to my dad I'm gonna be like one of the best.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I was like so confused in that moment. And actually, when I was in Spain, I didn't have like a job visa. I was on paper.
Yeah. Whoopsies.
So yeah, oopsie. Yeah. And then I started to work in a salon. Actually, the owner of that salon now is my client.
Love
Yeah,
that.
funny story. Yeah, but I was in the desk as a receptionist, and I was I was a makeup artist in that salon, and in a receptionist. So I do both. I did both. So I started to I don't know, like because we did lashes as well. we had the service of lash extensions, and I think I don't know, I how can I say it? Like, I got the attention of the lashes of this service because I saw the clients, like,
So
uh
happy.
yes, they were happy. They were like, like every 15 days they were there, like,
Yeah.
like, I was like, wow. So I was amazed because I see something. I saw something on that time. Like, I was like, wow, I I want to do lashes as well, because in I think in the most of the salons, we get commission, or we get like a fee for our service.
Yeah.
So I was a makeup artist and I didn't get a lot of commission because, I think the makeup is only on the weekends and the lashes is like every day.
Yeah.
So I want to be a lash artist as well, because I'm gonna get
More
commission
clients.
like every day.
Yeah.
So I decided to learn, um, and then I started to do lashes in Spain, but in my house first, and then I started to go to the, how can I say, when you go like to
You had a
the house
location.
of no,
Oh, you
the
went to the clients' houses?
yes.
Yeah.
So I started to do this because I didn't have, like, papers.
Can't really have a job, but we're doing this all under the table.
Yes.
Pretty common in the US too.
Yeah. So I decided, like, I'm gonna do this for my life, because I don't know, like, I think this service is so, like, so for me, it's a kind of service that you are into the service. The client is like so calm, and you are like, I don't know, like pretty much like relaxed all
Yeah,
the time,
very
like
therapeutic. All,
yes. And when I started to do lashes, I see, like, I'm gonna do this for my life.
yeah.
But then I bought the material from UK,
Okay.
because I used to live in Spain. So I noticed that the time of the shipping, it was like 10 days, 15 days. And I was like, no, I don't want to wait, because in Amazon you can get like material, but it wasn't like a good quality.
Right.
So that's why I thought, like, I'm gonna start my own brand. So I started to work on that, and I was like, develop the branding and my everything, like the glues, the adhesive, everything.
Yeah.
So I started to sell my material on Amazon first,
Okay.
then in a marketplace in Mexico. The name is Mercado Libre. And then I started to get a lot of like purchases.
Hmm.
And I was like, wow, this is amazing, because um I didn't imagine it was the a good business. I started my brand and I was like, I'm gonna sell, I'm gonna do my lashes with my material, but I'm gonna put the material in Amazon and Mercado Libre, just to know, like, let's see what happened.
Right. There's no like, here's the plan and here's the 10 steps for you to
No,
become a multi-million
no,
dollar brand. Yeah.
no. I just like I was like testing.
Yeah.
I was like testing, and then wow, I was amazed because I didn't know like it will be a huge business. So then I was like, my clients they get my clients who buy my material, they ask me like, Laura, can you explain me how to use this? Because I don't know, like, you
Right.
know, 10 years ago, we didn't have a lot of information.
Right. Especially not
So,
online. It was all in person.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes. So that's why I was like, yes, I'm gonna do some courses. So, you know, I was like, I'm gonna do courses, but just one person, like
Yeah.
1-to-1, because I didn't have the experience. So I just like I started to do like some courses, like 1-to-1 and everything. And then I I thought like I'm gonna do like some videos on YouTube because I didn't get information in Spanish, only in English.
Right. I've heard that.
So yes,
Yeah.
I started my YouTube channel like 10 years ago, and now we have like I think more than 500K.
Wow. 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah, 500,000. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So
incredible.
yeah. And then yeah, I I started to get a lot of clients from YouTube because I was like sharing like
Or products on there.
yeah,
Smart.
I started to get a lot of clients because of my videos in YouTube. And then I moved to Mexico because in Mexico, I think the people is more, it's like in US, the girls, I think we use more makeup, or because you know in Spain the girls are more natural,
Yep.
and here is more like, yeah,
We like to play with the
gonna
makeup.
show up.
Yes.
Yes. So I moved to Mexico and I started like to do more videos, and I started to improve my online shop and everything. And then my business started to get like on shape, you know, like because I didn't I think it's a process when you are like on this. I don't know. I think your business uh needs, or how can I say, like your business is going to ask for more, like when it's growing, you know,
Yep.
your
Needs more
business
structure,
starts
needs more
to,
processes,
yeah, you
support
need
the growth.
to improve the process, you need to improve your online shop, you need
Yep.
to improve your knowledge as
Yep.
well. So during the pandemic, it was like I think the breaking point for
Everyone.
yeah, for everyone. Yeah. During the pandemic, it was the breaking point because I started to do online classes for free.
Yeah.
And my brand like just, I don't know, explode everything because a lot of people from everywhere like started to ask me for material, for courses, for everything. And now we are in Mexico, Spain, and US.
Yes, you are.
And all of I could say like the most of my clients are Latin American people, and now I'm creating a community here in US for people who want to learn apply eyelash extensions, but in the Latin American people, because I think when you are a foreigner or
Yep.
immigrant, it's so difficult because you have to adapt to the culture, to the I don't know, to all of this process, like
Right.
I could say like I started to speak English like 3 years ago or 2 years ago because of my business.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to, to get all of this knowledge in a few times.
Yeah, I've had students that have definitely had those experiences. I mean, whether they're coming from, I've had a lot come from Eastern Europe and then also Latin America, and they're like, how do I fit into the American market? But I kind of like my little community where it's familiar. We kind of have this relatability of being immigrants and then trying to start a business and beauty services. I know even for me, just going down to Colombia, getting on the plane was such a different experience. Like Americans, we want to move. We're very orderly. We're like, get in your seat. And I
Yeah.
swear to you, a second in Miami, when I got on the plane to Colombia, all hell broke loose. And people are shouting at each other in Spanish. And I got stressed, but then I remembered, like, they're just communicating. You guys can communicate a little more intensely in tone. And then like the bags couldn't get up into the overhead bins in an organized way, and the stewardess was just checked out in the back. Like it was hilarious. I was watching a play-by-play, but then I realized like this is just culturally different because it was the same when I
Yes.
was flying on my way back. It's just a different culture. It's not that people are like pissed that we would take it, but there is
Yeah.
that adjustment. And I think and I love that niche. I love that you have this, because I think that's an underserved community in the US for sure, of those that haven't been able to find kind of their little place and are trying to adapt to the American ways, but they don't have anybody guiding them on that.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. And actually, I did a course here in New York for the Latin American people,
Mhm.
and they say like, oh, I feel so relieved because I took a course like 2 years ago and it was in English and I didn't get the information because I
Right.
don't I don't I don't understand like everything. So for they was like were so difficult because yeah, I can understand like everything, but I don't know, it's about the culture, it's about it's about a lot of things. So I would like to give them the opportunity to get a new opportunity in life,
Yeah.
because I used to be an immigrant in Europe, in
Yeah.
Spain, and it's so difficult because you want to improve your life.
Yeah.
You don't want to get the job I don't know, like, like illegally.
Right.
You want to improve the country as well.
Yeah.
So that's why I would like to get them this opportunity. Like, you don't have to do dishes like all of your life, or
Right.
like
You can have
you
just as many American or opportunities as Americans, but yeah, I do think there is that
yes,
transition, right, to adapting to the culture, not just going to stereotypical immigrant jobs, even being a business owner and serving a community that is very diverse, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Talk to me about how the mindset piece comes in for you, because that's mainly what you spoke on at the conference. And I was wildly impressed from the little bit that I understood, because it's very much the direction that I've headed in the last several years of really focusing in on the mindset side of business. And I think you have to have that in order to have a lot of success in business. Otherwise, it'll tank you.
Yes. I think I grew up with my business
Mm,
mentally,
yeah.
because I think as an entrepreneur, as a lashpreneur,
Yep.
yeah, you have to get knowledge not only in your field, like not only in lashes. You have to get knowledge about finances,
Mm-hmm.
about communication, about everything to improve your business. You can get that information in YouTube,
Yeah.
like, or I don't know,
Cool.
like in conferences, or I don't know, like speak with your colleagues, or I don't know, like, but you have to want to improve yourself,
Yeah.
because if you don't want it, you don't gonna do it.
Yep.
So I think one of this this change of mindset was when I was like, in this, when you are like building your or growing your business, and you uh, get a challenge, like as a for example, the pandemic, or I don't know, like something
Upset
happened.
customers, returns, products not
Yes.
coming out the way you want, like shipping
Yeah.
delays. I mean, you name it. Yeah.
Yeah, you when you have these problems, and you want, and you get them, and you get it as a challenge,
Mm-hmm.
you have to improve. Like, it's like something natural, like, okay, how can I solve this problem?
Yep.
And then you start to, I don't know, like searching about this problem, or searching about that, about this, and then you naturally, you're gonna get this knowledge, or this, you're gonna solve this.
Yep.
And it's gonna be like something like all, I would say, like almost automatically, like, like if you
You
have a
learn
problem.
resourcefulness to solve
Yes.
problems. And then as new problems come up, you have the history of being able to solve problems, even though it's a new problem to solve for.
Yes.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
you make a good point that when you sign up to be an entrepreneur and a business owner, you don't get to choose what problems you do and do not solve for. You solve for all problems in the business. So you have to learn the different aspects of business with customer support and accounting and finances and, inventory for you and you know, how to create the result and the experience for the clients. You have to do all of that. And I
Yeah.
think where a lot of newer to business and maybe even some seasoned ones in our industry kind of don't really take on the ownership part of a business. A lot of people create a job for themselves where they just show up, they clock in, they do the lashes and they go home, but they don't actually do the marketing. They don't do the admin side of things. They don't know their numbers. They aren't paying themselves well. They're not growing a business. And
Yeah.
I think the number one trait, and you can tell me if you see this too, but the number one trait to have as an entrepreneur is resourcefulness, right?
Yeah.
That creativity to problem solve. You're always going to have problems no matter what level of business you're in. You're just
Yes.
getting different problems. But that ability to solve problems and not let it tank you emotionally is what's going to keep you in business longer.
Yeah.
Is that
I
fair?
think when I like understood that,
Yeah.
like, get out of the emotions,
Yes.
just solve the problem, and
Yep.
that's it.
Yep.
Actually, my partner, he is my ex-husband,
Hmm.
so we're still partners, and we didn't take nothing personally, just
Right.
like,
It
it's
was
work,
business.
and that's it. It's business.
Yeah.
So I think you should like concentrate in your no, I don't want to say that. How can I
Make
say,
the
like,
business decisions about the business and any emotions that are coming up for you. That's what you solve outside of your business.
yeah.
Yeah. We don't use our business to meet our emotional needs. that's when we start making really expensive decisions. Right? Like, oh, I need this
Yeah,
new
you're
shiny
right.
object and it's going to cost me a lot of money that I don't have, but I really want to pay myself and get time back. So I'm working against the thing that I actually want because I need my emotional needs met. I see this a lot with students who get personal relationships with their clients and then they have a hard time making business decisions because they're worried about what their clients are going to think or losing a client because they
Yeah,
don't have social lives outside of work or friends outside of work. They're using their business to meet their social needs. So they don't raise their prices, they don't fire clients, they don't do all these things because they're worried about losing the relationship with their clients. And it's really hard to make business decisions when your whole identity is based on that decision. So oftentimes people
yeah,
don't do it. And I think that's where that mindset piece comes in is your business is very clear in what the decisions are if you're tracking the data and the financials. I
yeah,
say the language your business speaks to you is by way of financials. So you have to learn to speak it, just like you learned to speak English. And I was immersed in trying to learn Spanish for a good week and a half. But your business has its own language, and that's the data, the financials.
yeah,
Anything that is coming in that's resistance to what the business is telling you is your work to do, the mindset part of it. Freaking zoom in the thumbs up.
yeah,
So that I think really helps when you look at, because entrepreneurship is personal development on steroids. It is a
yes,
reflection of you. It will only grow to the level in which you're willing to grow and learn and evolve and be resourceful. And if your business isn't growing, chances are you're not doing those things.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Awesome. Okay, let's do this to kind of wrap up. What would be the top tip that you share with your community and your audience that as far as running a business or mindset that you think is something that everybody should know?
Wow.
No pressure.
Oof, a lot of things. First of all, I think the first person that you have to worry about is yourself.
Hmm.
If you are like, if you feel good, everything around you is gonna be good.
Yeah.
If you don't feel good, everything is gonna
Bad.
going to shit.
Yep.
I thought I'm gonna share something like very personal. In 2021, my father and my brother passed away because of the COVID. So I I was I'm a person who is like very, like I have to work and I have to do this because the one of my priorities in my life is my business. So, but when you're I think when you first priorities your business, what happened with you?
Yeah.
So that's why I said like when you are when you are good with yourself, it's gonna be good like everything around you. So when I lost my father and my brother, I was like so into my business, and I think I didn't how can I say it, like I didn't have time to be sad.
Yeah. You didn't take the time to grieve.
Yeah,
You distracted yourself.
because because I was like, no, I don't want to be sad. I have to do this. I have to do this in my work. So I don't want to be sad.
Yeah.
But inside of me, I was like, suffering.
Yep.
And I don't know why in my business, I think I started to have problems like with my team, with the logistics and everything. And I was like, what happened? Everything was good. And now, like, what happened?
Hmm.
And I started a toxic relationship. And I don't know, everything around me, it was like,
Falling apart.
yeah, like super bad. Like
Yeah.
I was like with this partner, like he was a narcissist. Everything in my business was like, like a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
And then I I had an episode in 2022. It was on that time, it was December, and yeah, it was December, and it was my birthday party. So I started to, how can I say it, when you are like shaking, like
Seizure.
no, when you like just fell up, fell
Faint.
when you have this episode like shaking in the,
Like a medical thing happening.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't know the
A
name in
seizure would
English.
be where you're kind of convulsing is what we call it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
convulsing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I started to convulsing, and I don't have any issues. Like I just started to convulsing, and because I don't know, my body was like so tired, and I was like with this I don't know, like because I I don't know, like I have inside of me like all of these problems, like
Yeah.
when I lost my father and my brother, and I was like, I'm okay, I'm just want to work and everything, and yeah, and I had this episode, and I don't know, something in my mind was like, you are not okay. You
Right. If
have
you're
to,
not going to listen to your body, we're going to make you listen.
yes.
Yep.
So I started to go to the therapist. Like I need to get out this of my body because I'm not okay.
Yeah.
So that's why I think the best or the best how can I say it, like you have to take care of yourself first. Like it's for me is the priority.
You can't outwork your trauma,
Yeah.
your body. And it's, I love that you're bringing this. I actually just got off a call with one of our mastermind members who had her business destroyed in a tornado in May. And
Wow.
she's been wanting to kind of move forward with a new vision of what she wants to recreate, but she just hasn't felt motivated to do it since then. And it's because she's been carrying a lot of grief. She feels like she's starting over. She had just gotten to the point where she had time freedom. She has this amazing team member. And so we did some breath work. We did about 30 minutes of breath work because she had been spending so much time just pushing everything down and ignoring it was happening and repressing it, that when we do breath work, we can actually activate that to get it out. And then you become clear. And so even you sharing the experience of you having convulsions, it's like you were shoving so much down and trying to
Yeah.
ignore it. And your body can only, like your nervous system can only handle so much of that stress before it's going to come out in some way, shape, or form. A lot of
Yeah.
people turn to substances, and I turned to food when I was really miserable. And your body is going to start having health problems because it's not meant to keep all of that in for that long. And you were probably experiencing back to back to back stuff and
Yeah.
struggles and work, and then a relationship that we're trying to get these essentially dopamine. You're trying to get a happy hormone by looking outside of you to work and to relationships and to validation and attention. But ultimately, it's the internal work that brings you that peace that you want to feel. And
Yeah.
I'm, as a personal note, and I know we don't know that each other very well, but like, I'm so dang proud of you for waving the white flag and going to go get help and support, because I saw on stage just how that is now impacting others. and the attention and just admiration that these women had for you at this event, that you were like the main person they wanted to see, and they were so excited to see, because you're using your experiences to pour into other women. And so while we
Yeah.
can look back and go, God, that was hard and that sucked, but you're using your pain to have purpose now to serve other women in the Latin
Yes.
American community. And that's so amazing, Laura.
And this is my goal, because I think the lashes improve my life. Like,
Mhm.
how can I say, like, improve my life, but inside of me,
Yeah.
like mentally.
Yeah.
And I think you can improve your life, like you can like get things,
Mhm.
like you're gonna
Car,
get
the
money,
house, the
of
boyfriend. Yeah.
course,
Uh-huh.
but the money is very important, of course. But I think the change inside of me is the most important thing that I get from the lashes, from the lash industry. So that's why I want to share my story with I don't know, like whatever
Whoever
they
will listen.
to hear me. Yeah,
That's
but
beautiful.
yeah, but I think one of the things that I want to share is you have to take care of yourself, like first.
Yeah.
You have to be the main priority in your life.
Yeah.
Like you have to to put yourself first. And I'm gonna like say I'm gonna say like this phrase or this advice like every single woman, because I think as a woman we expect a lot of validation from men,
Mhm.
from uh from the family, from
Social
your
media.
friends. Yes, but you don't need to, you don't need that validation. You are the
Give it to
first
yourself.
person.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wish more women knew that. And I think that's an interesting take on our industry, because I feel like so many women come into it because they had a confidence boost from the services, or they think that there's something success that's easier there. But if you knew how effective it was to give yourself the validation that you're seeking from others, and how that will transform your life, and you'll start getting the results that you want outside of you, but you don't care as much because you're good inside of you, whether you have
Yes.
that external stuff, the money, the success, the clients, the man, the whatever. It's almost like it just doesn't matter as much, because you're good whether you have those or not. They're fun, right? You get to play a game with life of like, what else can I get? But you're good. You don't, your well-being, your self-worth is not tied to those things. So whether they're
Yeah.
taken away or whether they're there and thriving, it's irrelevant to how you feel and love yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So aligned with you on that. That's amazing. Wow. Wow. Y'all are witnessing the forming of a beautiful friendship here. Awesome. Well, Laura, tell everyone where they can learn more about you, or follow you, or find your supplies.
I have a warehouse in Houston, so we have online store.
Okay.
Mexico is beautylash.max.
Okay.
In Spain is beautylash.es, and US beautylash.us.
Beautiful.
Sorry, no. In US is beautylash.store.
That store. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll link those up in the show notes. She does have a social media page, but it's in Spanish, so you're going to want to speak Spanish if you want to follow her. But we'll link up her Instagram as well. Well, Laura, it has been an amazing
I
conversation.
have an announcement. I would like to
Oh,
share with the people, because I
please
think
do.
I started my online courses like before pandemic,
Hmm.
before the pandemic. And now we have a new program. It's a kind of membership.
Okay.
and you paid like $99 per month, and
US.
you're gonna get, yeah, and you're gonna get all the courses like classic technique, volume, Russian volume, effects like wet, wispy, everything.
Love it.
And everything is on this new platform, and it's a membership.
Beautiful. Is it the same? Can they find it at the
Beauty
beautylash.store?
Lash Academy
Beauty Lash.
dot com. Yeah.
Awesome. We will link that
And
up.
we have a lot of like success uh students.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
that. That's amazing. Well, thank you for sharing. Awesome. Awesome.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Awesome. Well, Laura, thank you so much for joining us. You are just a wonderful, beautiful soul. This industry is so lucky to have you, and I can't wait to see what's ahead and in store for you. So thank you so much for
This is
coming.
for me, like for real. This is for me like a dream come true. Like you were part of my process.
Oh,
Because I think when I was in Mexico, when I moved to Mexico, I was like, I would like to sell my products in US, because when I started to read the comments in YouTube,
mhm.
the people asked me like, when you are going to sell the products in US, and I was like, oh, a lot of people in US asked me for my products. So
Yeah,
I feel like, and I don't know why, like I was like, like searching about the market in US. Like I would like to get information, and I met
my
you
face popped
in
up.
YouTube. And I met you in YouTube, and I started to watch your videos, and you were part of my process, like
Oh,
for
that's beautiful. Thank you. It's so
yeah.
funny because YouTube has never been our primary platform. We just post basically these videos over there. So I don't even pay attention. We have over like 5,000 subscribers. Never once have I ever like done anything to grow that platform. So the fact that you found me and that we're
Yeah,
now
in
connected,
YouTube
this is like
and
a full
then
circle.
Instagram.
Yep. And then Instagram. Well, beautiful. Well, thank you to Manuela for introducing us and bringing us to Masterclass
Yeah.
Media. Longtime student of mine. And I loved what you had going on. I loved your mindset when it came to business, and I love how you're serving this industry. So thank you.
Thank you. And
All
I'm
right.
gonna do my English.
You did great. You did
I
great.
promise
Way
you.
better than my Spanish. All right. Have a good one.
Thank you for having me, and yeah, thank you so much.